So cool. Let me get to that message that I want to do this evening. Okay, let me see. Let me go back here. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate that. Good afternoon. I have some special audio to play for you all that happened with President Trump talking about Epstein. Yeah. We're going to have that discussion today. So if you guys could tap that like button for me, and with the share button, if you could hit the copy link for me, even if you don't send it to anybody, that's helpful to me. Hold on for a second. I have to let Bella Mae Jackson out. I just let you in, and I just let you in, and I just said you come in with this stuff. You came in. Okay. All right. But you're going to do what you want to do, because you're a cat, and cats do whatever they want to do, right? Cats don't do what we want them to do. They do whatever they want to do. So I just fall in line like most owners. But we're going to listen to that audio that I want y'all to hear from President Trump talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, Roxy, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Living Life. Good afternoon, Real One. Art for Best. Water. Good afternoon, Mrs. Thompson, Lily. Okay, I wanted to make sure I caught up. Yeah. Miss Fifi. You read the article, Living Life? Yeah, I have the audio I'm going to play. Hey, Lola. We're going to play this audio in a few moments of President Trump talking about Epstein and why he says he kicked him out. Why he cut off his association with him. Even though after that thing had happened, he still said Epstein was a great person, a terrific person. I'm sorry, that was the exact word. Terrific guy, and still sent something for the birthday book. You know what I'm saying? But even though he was so-called, it's not this. Yeah, of course he's lying, but it's telling what he says. Once I play it, we're going to talk about it, because I'm wondering if y'all thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. When I listened to it multiple times, like, I was just like, wait a minute, hold up, no way, really? You think that, one, I thought, you think this is helping you? And two, I went, now I got even more questions. Hey, Michael, good afternoon, handsome. Hey, King of Darkness, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So it just left me with more questions, right? So I'm going to play it, right? And I want y'all to listen to it. And y'all and then we're going to talk about it after I play this, right? Now, this is right out of Trump's mouth, right? This isn't anybody else, okay? All right, let me find it. Hold on, I'm going to move the microphone so you can hear it, and I'm going to find it. Okay, here we go.
Obviously, I'm just curious, Epstein has a certain reputation, obviously. I'm just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women?
Were some of them
young women?
Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken. And it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad. But that story's been pretty well out there. And the answer is yes, they were.
Yes, they were young women?
In the spa. Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world at Mar-a-Lago. And people were taken out of the spa, hired by him. In other words, God. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told them, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want him taking people. And he was fine, and then not too long after that, he did it again, and I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen person. Does that include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know. None whatsoever.
Okay, now that was recorded today on Air Force One. Okay? That was today on Air Force One, where they asked him those questions, right? And he spoke. Now, I can't speak for y'all, but when I heard that, I had more questions. It just sparked more questions for me. So I was like, okay, so let me follow this. Right. She was supposedly 13, 14 when that went down, right, T. Brown? So I'm going, that's who was working in your spa? Y'all ever been to a spa that has 13 and 14-year-olds working in there? That's what stood out to me. Like, why were they working there? So it just sparked more questions. That, of course, I get it. The media had other questions they wanted to ask, which were cool to be able to ask because otherwise you ain't going to get the answers, right? But at the same time, I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. What was she doing working at the Mar-a-Lago spa? What was she doing that? And who was the first person that he so-called took that was an employee there that Epstein took as an employee for himself? Who was that person? Right, exactly, Lily. I'm sitting here going, I'm trying to understand, again, what was the other person doing working there? If these people weren't even 18, I'm confused. What were they doing working at the spa? They weren't licensed to do any specific work. So what was their job at the spa? See, now I want answers to those questions. And we don't have answers to that yet, of course, because he just said this today. But I do sit here and go, well, like I said before, now I have more questions. Now I have more questions. Because it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you all. But when I heard that audio, I went, that's weird. And right, the hole is just getting deeper and deeper. And the more Trump talks, the worse it gets, right? The worse it gets. Because I still go back to the same thing. MAGA says that all these Democrats are on the list, and I'm back at the same thing. If that is true, why is Trump not releasing it? Why is the Trump administration protecting them if they're so bad? That's the part I don't understand. Now, maybe y'all understand it, but I don't understand it. It doesn't make logical sense to me. I don't protect, people that I consider to be bad people. So I wonder, is he saying they're bad people or are they good people? I'm confused, right? Which one is it? That's where I go, I'm not willing to be distracted by all of the other stuff. Trump wants us to be distracted by everything else, but this story is not going away. Why? Because Trump told people what he was going to do when he became president again. Okay, you're president again. So what's the holdup on releasing this information? What's the holdup? Who are we protecting that we shouldn't? Right, it makes no sense at all. None of it. And Trump isn't as clever with this stuff as he used to be. You know what I mean? He used to be a lot more clever with it. He's not as clever as he used to be back in the day. So, MAGA is like whatever the leader says. They say that, but at the same time, I'm telling you, MAGA is also conflicted. A lot of them aren't saying it's okay. A lot of them are going, wait a minute. All these people you told us was on there that we're not supposed to like, how come you're not releasing it? You said you would. So trust me, those conversations are still happening in those MAGA circles. calls. Those conversations are still happening. And again, I'm still asking the question, right? What happened to the 2 minutes and 30 seconds in that prison video that Pam Bondi, that the Justice Department released? What happened to that? Hey, Lou, if you're very happy, that's great. I just don't know why you came to tell me. I don't really care. Bye. Go tell somebody who cares. They be wanting somebody to care so bad. They be wanting somebody to care so bad. Please care. Please care about what I'm thinking and feeling. No. I want you to sit over there all by yourself and be happy over there. Because I know you're not happy. Happy people don't run around and do that, right? I don't know. Chi-Town, 9 times out of 10, it was probably your husband doing it. Come on. Come on. Most of those accounts don't even be run by guys. I mean, by women. Most of them aren't. Most of them are run by guys. Hey, Sassy. That's why I don't pay it any attention. I just be like, chill. Chill. That was like the person who came in this morning talking about, oh, we got 2 Teslas. I got 2 Teslas. I charge them every month and it only costs $30. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No Tesla owner ever runs around and says that. I got 2 Teslas. No, says no Tesla owner ever. Like, who does that? Nobody. That's why I always catch them in the lie, because the way they act doesn't make any logical sense. I'm happy. I really am. If somebody told me that, know what I would say? You're not happy. Oh, yeah, I know they're bots. But I live for the entertainment of the blocking. Because it does require the human that runs the accounts to then send in the other one. It literally is the definition, send in the clowns. But I be having time, though. You know, I have nothing but time. And thank you all. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now, before some of you came in, I had played this audio in which Trump was talking about the his Epstein Association and when he stopped dealing with him and this, that, and the other. Now, I also wanted to tell you something. We talked about it this morning, and I just put up a post about it not too long ago. But it's something that you need to pay attention to. Because now the Trump administration put out an interagency memo, right? Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, put out an interagency memo that allows federal employees to promote religion at work. So your supervisor they can try to recruit you at work into religious organizations as long as as long as you're not harassed. But there's no definition of what harassment is. Oh yeah, look it up. Look it up. OPM memo came out. OPM memo came out. Do we have somebody in here? Woman said her grocery bill was $400 under. She lying. Yeah, I agree. That woman is lying. Whoever said that, they lying. I want to know what they buying. They eating chicken foots too. Listen, it's no fucking way. It's no way. Because my thing is this. If that woman was able to cut her grocery bill in half, why didn't she tell everybody else how she did it? Why is she gatekeeping? Why is she gatekeeping from the rest of MAGA? Why is she not telling the rest of MAGA how her grocery bill went down and how they can save money? Because she full of shit. Man, I wish I'd have seen that. Oh, I would have asked they would have put me out the live because I would have asked all the questions. How you do it, girl? I would have acted like I'm a friend. Oh, how can I be down? How'd you do it, girl? I want to save money under President Trump, too. What y'all eating on over there? Pig knuckles. Come on. Chicken backs. Come on. Because what else could you be eating on if you cut your grocery bill in half? Man, get out of here. I asked her and they kicked me out. Of course they kicked you out. Because she was capping. Just lying. You ain't never told no lie, roadkill. That means she's probably hanging out with RFK Jr. You know, he love to pick up stuff off that road. Nah, not even, cause I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a couponer too. Not even with coupons did she cut her grocery bill in half. She's full of shit. Coupons have changed. Coupons ain't even like they were. Like during the pandemic, coupons were glorious. Do you understand how I stocked my pantry? And how I stocked my backup during the daggone pandemic. Coupons were awesome during the pandemic, okay? So that's why I go, nope, it ain't coupon, because coupons done change. Coupons done change. These companies done got stingy. They done got in cahoots with the stores even more and don't really want to give up really good deals. We used to be able to get free, like literally free shit. And you would get so much free stuff that you would have overages that you could carry over to pay for other stuff. Man, that's hard to come by now. That's hard to come by now due to inflation and the fact that coupons and sales are not what they used to be. And that's a fact. So that lady's a whole lie. Because let me tell you, I'm one of those people, honey, I love me some CVS from the perspective of, during the pandemic, if you needed toothpaste, deodorant, feminine products, cereal, toilet paper, paper towel, body wash, soap, I'm trying to think what else, some hair products, makeup, you ain't have to pay for none of that. Not if you know how to do CVS. Now, CVS is still good, but it ain't as good as it was during that pandemic. And laundry detergent. Man, what? Them sales combined with, you could combine manufacturer coupons with CVS store coupons and your ECBs. Listen. Y'all don't know. That lady, next time tag me in that live. Chill. I want them to put me out too. They're so full of it. So full of it. I'm still using toothpaste I bought then. I ain't bought toothpaste. Haven't had to. I'm still on the toothpaste. I'm trying to think. I finally used up all the body wash. I still got shampoo and conditioner. Haven't used none of that, all of that up yet. I'm trying to think what else do I still have. Because honestly, I've pretty much run through everything by now. After a while, you know, it just dwindles down because the deals were not as good as they used to be. Good afternoon, beautiful. The dog is Charlie. The deals are not just as good as they used to be. Man, I wish I was in that live. Lying ass. My thing is, again, if the guy that you voted for was supposed to solve all your problems, why you feel like you gotta lie for him? That's the part I don't understand. And you know what I've come to realize? It's because they think that liberals always lie for whoever their leadership is, right? We must lie. It must not be, this person can't have created this many jobs because I didn't get one. Well, just because you didn't get one doesn't mean jobs weren't created. There are programs and things that were done, initiatives that were done. Yes, always projection. Exactly. Exactly. So now Trump is in office. He isn't doing any of the shit that he told him he was going to do, right? He's not doing any of it. But on top of that, he's making life harder for the average American. But instead of being honest about that, a lot of them are still towing water. I told you, it's the people's temple of politics. There are a lot of people in MAGA that will not make it out. They're going to be consumed by it. They're going to lose everything from it. They're going to be okay with that. Then there will be people who will make it out and they're going to tell their story because they don't want other people to fall into that trap. Then you're going to have people that make it out and they're never going to say nothing. They're just going to be out and they're going to act like it never happened. But that's those are the different types of groups of folk that you're going to deal with. You can't save people who don't want to be saved. You got to let them come out of that on their own. But what you can't do is lose sight of the things that are important to you. You believe in community. What did I tell you? Do co-ops. I'm telling you, y'all gonna regret that you didn't start co-ops in your communities because you're going to need them so that you can lean on each other. But do what I said. Keep Conservatives, out of your co-ops. Tell them, join amongst themselves. Yeah, I saw that a couple of weeks ago about Dr. Phil filing for bankruptcy for his MAGA cable network. Good. That's another person who totally destroyed their career. He already had been given multiple chances. Keep in mind, Dr. Phil had been given multiple. That he had done many other things where you just like, you be doing too much. But he was able to redeem himself every time. This time, oh, he done. He done. Kid Rock, this is the only thing that's keeping Kid Rock relevant. Only thing keeping Kid Rock relevant is MAGA. Because who else buying Kid Rock's shit? MAGA ain't really buying it either. They ain't really buying it either. I just want to know why he showed up at the White House dressed like Evel Knievel. Like, I want to know the conversation where he thought that was a whole look. And he was like, man, I'm going to go to the White House. I'm going to wear this Evel Knievel outfit. Man, I'm going to be stunting on them motherfuckers, man. I'm going to look so good and smooth. Man, they going to be hating on me. Everybody going to want this fit. I just want to be in the room. I just would love to have been a fly on the wall when the conversation was had. You know what I mean? Because how did he come to that? You know, that's what I don't understand. I'm like, but okay. You say Bobert like it? Look, Bobert likes a lot of things. Y'all heard of what happened with her son? Our son just got arrested the other day for CA. That's the best way I can say it. So he just got arrested the other day for that. So listen, apple don't fall far from the tree, in my humble opinion. You know, mom just got elected to Congress, but that doesn't mean that she's any different than who she was before she got elected to Congress. You know, she's just a chick in there making six figures, high six figures. Frankly, she got a raise going to Congress. It was good for her life. It elevated her life. Think about it. Bober's probably going to be, you know, if she did it right, like the other ones who do it up there, who be coming up there to make money, she should be worth a couple million before she get out of office. Think of Glendon, think of child. And then you know what the A is from what they say on here. Wow, she just got the GED right. So I just go, yeah, she elevated her life by going into Congress. She needed that. That's one of those things on her resume she can always depend on because she needed it. She didn't have nothing else before that. She had nothing else before that. Not a value that anybody wanted. And it doesn't hurt that she's cute. Let's just keep it all the way above because it ain't many conservative women that are. I said what I said. It's not many conservative political women. Like I told y'all with Sarah Palin. When Sarah Palin came about, I was not surprised that men found her attractive, but I was also not surprised that John McCain lost because he put a woman on the ticket. America's not ready for female leadership. They'll let women lead their homes, but not their government. I can't tell you, well, it's misogyny, but for whatever reason, they don't trust women with their government, but they trust women to raise their children. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But that's what they do. They trust these women to be mothers to their children. Yeah, Palin wasn't a very smart woman, Glendon, but she was pretty. And that's what mattered. Say she was pretty. I understand. It's not like Republicans care about substance. Think about it. If they cared about substance, John McCain wouldn't have chose Sarah Palin. See, the Republican Party was already on the decline then, when you think about it. A vice presidential candidate that said she could see Russia from her house. Huh? What? I still remember that interview with Katie Couric when she was stumped when asked what magazines does she read. I mean, they didn't even ask her what books she reads. It was a very softball question. I remember then going, okay, that was number 2. Then I forgot what the third one was. But I was like, yeah, she's not very bright. And it wasn't about being inarticulate. Because you know how some people can be smart but inarticulate? Like, for example, I'm going to tell you, George H.W. Bush, that second Bush, Bush 2, Bush 2 is not stupid. Can he be very inarticulate at times? Absolutely. I will give you that. But he's not stupid. Okay? He's not stupid. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? Not at all. He knows very well who he is and he knew how to use it. Understand that. Okay? But Sarah Palin was different. Sarah Palin was I don't know if some of you remember Dan Quayle. Are any of you familiar with Dan? Are you old enough to remember Dan Quayle? Because I remember him. But it's kind of like that. But she was worse than Dan Quayle. It was worse. And the fact that it was worse is still, that's unbelievable. That it can be worse. But it was. Yep, Mr. Potato embarrassed himself in front of them babies. You just got a job hit for a helicopter ride. I've never been one. Oh, really? Listen, what could go wrong, dude? It's just a helicopter. I've seen Bruce Willis do it in movies tons of times. It can't be that hard. Hey, greetings. Good afternoon, Nayela. That's true, because back then they did pretend like they had morals. They were still doing shady stuff, but they pretended like they were good peoples. You know what? You're right. Now they don't pretend anymore, because now they don't have to. Because the people that vote for them don't have to pretend anymore that they're not those people. You see? Nobody has to pretend anymore. Everybody gets to be exactly who they are. You know? Oh, they didn't know about Dan Quayle? Yeah, spelling potato wrong. It was like, yeah. And it was at an elementary school, wasn't it? Was it elementary or middle school? I don't remember if they were, but they were not high school. I remember that. They were young children. And he argued with that child. He argued with that baby. That baby just said, do whatever you want to do. Listen, you go ahead and put the E on there. Because if my mama see me on TV put an E at the end of potato, I'm going to have a problem when I get home. Because we studied these words. So I'm not about to go down for you because you don't know how to spell, sir. I'm not doing it. The child said, no, I'm not doing it. I still remember that shit. That shit was the funniest ever, man. Still to today, man. I'm telling you, that was so funny. Again, one of those things in politics where you go, and that was enough to ruin you back then. Something that simple was enough to ruin you back then. Not, yes, dude, it was just like that. But back then, something that simple could ruin you. Just making a statement that people would misunderstand. Listen, did y'all forget when Hillary ran against Donald Trump, when she called MAGA deplorables? The media went wild about that, remember? Notice how quiet they are about certain things about Trump. I keep telling y'all to stay away from that big box media. They're all in cahoots. They're all in that shit together. They're all in it together. Okay? Mass media wanted Trump back because Trump is ratings for them. Trump is ratings. Trump is money for them. They didn't give a damn about the country or any of that. They want you to buy their magazine or their cable news channel, or they want you to watch their podcast. You understand? Everything was about them getting it. Oh, you just canceled Paramount. Good move. Listen, I never had it. I wasn't paying for no more streaming. I don't know how y'all do it. I can't pay for all of that streaming. I just can't. Oh, I've been canceled cable. I told y'all. I cut that cord before the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was before the pandemic. I cut that cord. I paid $16 a month for everything, including pay-per-view. Not on my watch. Well, that's even better playtime to pay for nothing. Catch it. That's even better. That's even better. That's even better. So, you know, but I just look at all of this and I go, okay. Hey, Moonchild, good afternoon. But I look at all of this and I go, it's very interesting to see what's happening right now. And I'm wondering how long the Republican Party is going to sit around and pretend that none of this matters. You say you have old TVs, you need stuff to make them smart. Hey, listen, smart TV is overrated. As somebody who works in privacy, right? Or who used to work in privacy till Elon took my job. But I can tell you about privacy. You don't need no smart TV. That's completely fucking necessary. It just becomes another way for companies to get you to pay for things you don't need, and another way for them to listen to you and surveil. And no, that's not a conspiracy theory. I'm telling you, you got to go through those televisions and turn off certain settings if you don't want certain things to happen. Just like notice with your cell phone. You talk about a certain thing, then you start seeing ads for it. That's not a coincidence. I hope you didn't think it was. If you search for something, and then later on it comes up as an ad on another platform or somewhere else, that's not an accident. Hey, Life Coach D, how are you? None of that's an accident. You're being tracked from beginning to end. Okay? I remember, and see, I'm one of those people, I love to come up with ideas, right? But I didn't have a way to manifest the idea at the time because I didn't have the skills at the time to do it. But I thought about it then. And this was about, my daughter's like 22 now. This had to be about 15 years ago. Yeah, about 15, 16 years ago. And I said, you know, data, we knew then what was coming, that data, because I'm in tech, data is the next big thing. We knew data is king, right? Information is king. The more data you have, the more domination you have, right? So I said, it'd be great to create some type of app or tool that can work in conjunction with some type of device that they can put in stores to keep track of you. This was before they had it in stores. To keep track of you from the moment you enter till you leave. How long you've been in a section, what you looked at, all these things, and use all of that data and information to be able to continue to market to you long after you leave that store. I was already thinking about these things and thinking, how can I monetize? How can I do that, right? But the way the systems were set up, then I just didn't have the knowledge to do it then. Now I have more knowledge and have an understanding of how to do that. But if you understood how you're tracked from the moment you get up, I mean, like 24 hours a day. A lot of y'all say, I don't live my life on social media. Yeah, but you do live your life being surveilled all the time. You just don't realize it. Your TVs are watching you. Your computers are watching you. Your cell phones are watching you. Your printers are watching you. Your smart refrigerator. Why you need a smart fridge, I have no idea. Your washer and dryer. Your coffee machine. Your smart coffee machine. All these smart products. That should bother you. That should bother you. That all this stuff around you is just designed to just consume information about you. Oh, Alexa especially. See, I have Amazon Echoes in my house, right? None of them are plugged up. It's not something I leave plugged up. I only plug it up because when I'm going to do something specific. You understand? Like, I need to ask it a question about something, or I want to hook my music to the speaker, you know, some stuff like that. And I don't even do that because I bought that other thing from TikTok Shop that lets me just sit my phone on there. And it's like, a nice little boombox, so I'm good. I don't even use my Amazon Echo anymore. But that, excuse my French, that bitch, she's a nosy boots. And she listens. How you think she supposed to learn? How you think she supposed to hear you call her name if she ain't listening all the time? Y'all can keep thinking that if you want to. That's why I say stop buying all of that smart shit. Like those of you, I don't know how many of you out there own one. But if you own one of those refrigerators that let you look in there with the camera instead of open it, you're lazy. Yeah, I'm calling you out. You're lazy. Are you kidding me? Hey, Michael. Hey, G-Mac. It's like, come on. Really? You can't pull open the door and look in there. You needed a camera view. Come on. Come on. You don't need this stuff. It's what manufacturers create to justify the cost that they want to charge you. I'm telling you, because you ain't going to pay $2,000 for a regular Frigidaire. You're not, because you're going to go, listen, I already know you trying to mark up. It shouldn't even cost me that much. I just want a basic refrigerator. I remember a couple years ago when our refrigerator went out, and we had to go shopping for a new fridge. I was looking at fridges and I was like, who needs all of this? I don't need all of that. All I need is something to keep. And I remember telling the sales lady, listen, I'm going to be very clear with you. This is all I need. I need a refrigerator that keeps my things cold, my stuff frozen. Okay. I have enough storage in there. All right. I can get water out of it and ice. That's it. I don't need nothing else. What you got? I said, listen, what did I say to you? I don't need it to be smart. I'm the smart one. I don't need that. She said, oh, well, you can look inside without opening the door. I'm not that lazy. Look, this is a door. You just pull it open. Like the fuck? I can pull it open. I'm not doing that. And I'm not paying that much for a damn fridge. A refrigerator? Get out of here. Get out of here. I wasn't raised like that. So that's not something I'm going to do. That's not something I can justify or even make sense of. But everybody's different. People going to do what they do. But not me. Not me. Stop letting people talk you into this. This is why manufacturers keep coming up. They call it innovation. That's not innovative. That's not innovative to me. Cooling my food faster is innovative to me. Having temperatures in different zones in my fridge, depending on what I have stored in that area, is innovative to me. That is innovative. But that's not sexy, though, see. That's not sexy in commercials. They want stuff that's sexy in commercials. Look, you can look inside your fridge without opening the door. And you know what they should end it with? You lazy bitch. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They need me to redub commercials. Because you don't need that. You don't need that. So the next time you catch yourself looking at that, just imagine what I would say to you if you bought that. No, you don't need that. Like what? No. Every day I have to have that fight with myself where I go, you don't need that. No matter what that television says, no matter what that computer says, TikTok says, I don't need that. If I need it, yeah, I get it. But if I don't need it, I'm not getting it. Yeah, them evil metal ones would last, though. Them evil metal ones would last, though. I'm just letting you know. My grandmother had one of them old school Frigidaires. And that stuff would get your stuff cold. And it would get your stuff frozen. My thing is, I just want a fridge that works. And a fridge that lasts. You don't want to be buying a new refrigerator every 5 years. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we want to do. We want something that's durable. See, they want to charge us more for appliances, but they're not even as durable as they were when you were growing up. Your mother, your father, your grandmother, all those people could buy appliances, and for 30 years, they own a stove. Not now. Not now. That ain't even the case now. Right. No, I don't need no upgrade. See, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. Because they trick you into believing You need to upgrade every time. No, I don't. It's a refrigerator. Yep, like smartphones. Let me tell you something. I'm that person. I will keep that smartphone so long that they pay me to bring it back. I mean, full purchase price. Nope. As long as that phone is working, I'm going to keep using that phone. Y'all need to stop that upgrade because I can shit. It only costs a couple $100. No, you're feeding into consumerism. You're feeding into that capitalism. That's why they keep making stuff. And then when they make new versions, it ain't no different. Like when I be seeing iPhone users buy iPhones, I haven't had an iPhone since iPhone 4S. Literally. That's the last iPhone I had. Because for real, to me, they fell off after 4S. So I was like, nah, I'm good. Because the technology that they were bringing to the table were Androids already had. So then why would I pay iPhone prices for what I can get in an Android device? And in an Android device, I can do whatever I want to it. I can customize it to work however I want it to. I buy it and they actually let me control it. Who would have thought? What a concept. Y'all buy stuff from companies that don't even give you control over what you bought. That's crazy. Hey, Miss Val, that's crazy. I refuse to do it. Switch to Androids and never look back. And the phone I got now is just because finally my old phone was finally getting to a point of down, but I was still like, I'm good. The deals ain't good enough yet. The deals ain't good enough yet. I'm not paying nothing for this phone. You understand me? Nothing. I've already paid for the phone I have. I'm not paying for another one. Period. They'll buy it back from you because they be wanting them parts. And not just that. They don't want to keep having to keep networks up that depend on those old phones. They can't force you off the phone. You paid for it. You got the plan. You understand you're a customer. So you're stuck. Not even stuck. They're stuck. And they know it. They're the ones that are on the wrong side in that regard. You got to play to your advantage when it comes with that. Now, I see somebody say that they had just got a scam call. I just said FTD. They hung up on me. Chill. Them scammers are something. There's something. Hello, this is Barack Obama. I am calling because I need help. I am stranded in the Bahamas. And I was wondering if you could send me money to the Cash App. And I will pay you back when I get back to America. You don't sound like Barack Obama. No, this is me. This is Barack Obama. Why don't you believe me? I was president. That's exactly how them calls be, child. Them calls is something, honey. Them scammers are gonna scam. You hear me? Them scammers are gonna scam, honey. My name is Tom, and the first thing I go, your name's not Tom. If you're gonna call me with your mess, what is your name? Okay? All right? If you know my name, I want to know your name. And I know it ain't Tom. Elon Musk is sending me messages. Man, Elon Musk, chill. Elon Musk been sending me messages on TikTok since the very beginning. Let me tell you who else I get messages from on TikTok. TikTok is so hilarious, okay? TikTok is so funny. I get messages from Elon Musk, Pastor Jamal Bryant, who else? Derek Blanks, who else? Mike Tyson. No, it wasn't Mike Tyson. Who was the other person? It was somebody else. The comedian. Oh, I can see him in my thing, right? Because I laugh every time I see the messages. I'm going, you're not any of those people. Why would Elon be on TikTok trying to talk to me? Come on. Come on. And I know my value. I'm an awesome person. But I know it doesn't make any logical sense. Like, it's this guy, right? like I listen, like y'all know I love Howard Stern. And it's this guy, Wolfie on there, right? Wolfie's mother has been getting scammed by this guy pretending to be Liam Neeson, y'all. Listen. And she done gave this man over 30 grand up to this point. Okay, but of all the people, not The Rock, not Idris Elba, no disrespect, but Liam Neeson, come on. Come on. Oh, Howard Stern. Listen, don't sleep on Howard. Howard is a good show, actually. I'm one of those people, I enjoy it. But y'all know me, I'm a fan of offensive humor. I love his opening. If your mother says she loves you, check your sources. Listen. Can't trust everybody. I love Liam Neeson too, but not enough to send his ass $30,000. Hell, I don't like Liam Neeson enough to send him $30. You understand? So I'm looking at it going, wait a minute. You mean to tell me it is this easy to get these people out here? It's that easy? That's crazy. Come on. That's why I said back in schools, they need to teach critical thinking. Obviously, in American schools, critical thinking is no longer a skill that is being taught. Because when we were growing up, it was being taught. Not Sean Connery, listen. Hello, dude. This is me, Sean Connery. I was calling because I've gotten myself stranded here in the Bahamas. And I was wondering if you could just send me $3,000 via Cash App. And I'll send it back to you as soon as I get back to shore. You're not going to get that money back, dude. You're not going to get that money back. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Man, I guarantee it. I'm just like, when I see how people, when I hear about people falling for it, it's crazy. I'm not saying that in my Goldfinger voice. Can I just say the Bond? I want to say something. Look, because that made me think about James Bond, right? Can I say, I wonder, like, I'm assuming Daniel Craig is not going to be James Bond anymore, right? For me, I don't know if I can really be into it again, because Daniel Craig was a damn good James Bond. At first, I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know about this guy. But honey, he was a wonderful James Bond. What they say, super good impersonation, how much you want? I'll take as much as you have, bruv. As much as you have. But he was really good as James Bond. And I'm not sure who can really follow that up after him and do it like Daniel Craig. I'm sorry, he just did a damn good job as James Bond. Hey, Michael. I have so many Michaels that come through here. I'm doing wonderful, and you? So I just wonder who's going to be that next Bond guy, because he has to look good in a suit. All of those things. He really, really does. Pleasure to meet you as well, too, Michael. So I'm just wondering who's going to be that next guy. Because whoever it is, he got to have swag. If he don't have swag, it's not going to work. It just will not work. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Pleasure to meet you too. Pierce Brosnan. I liked Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. But can I tell you, I like Daniel Craig more than him. I'm not going to lie. Daniel Craig to me was like the total package. He was physically there. Are you on WhatsApp? Oh no, beloved. They trying to get me. I had to let him go, beloved. Because if I give him my WhatsApp, he going to be on there begging for money. Where we do that at? Where we do that at? Not if shoot your shot was a whole person. No, beloved, we're going to have to keep it right here on the app. You like Daniel Craig. Also, you like Roger Moore. Roger Moore had swag. He had swag. Say it again. Catch it. I'm not playing with them at all. But he had swag. Okay, y'all. I got some information. I'm seeing some stuff in the story here. A story. So, someone is saying... Now, this is bullshit. Now, but I want y'all to listen. Listen to how they're trying to change the narrative and put stuff out there. Hey, Nettie. Hey, JK. Now, listen. It says the missing minute, which is actually 2 minutes and 30 seconds, from the surveillance video at the Manhattan Metropolitan Correctional Center, where Jeffrey Epstein unalived in 2019, may not be missing after all. They said when they released the 11 hours footage earlier this month, hold on, I'm trying to close this window. It's in my way. The time code on the screen jumped forward 1 minute just before midnight, prompting questions. They say a government source familiar with the investigation says the FBI, the Bureau of Prisons, and the Department of Justice Inspector General are all in possession of a copy of the video that does not cut from just before 11:59 p.m. to midnight of the night that he was no longer, with us. And they said it's unclear why that section was missing when the FBI released it, but what it said was raw footage from inside the special housing unit. It says, so now they're sending, a special source in the government is now trying to say there's not a missing minute. I told y'all they work in conjunction with big media. They work in conjunction with big media. Exactly. At first they told us it was a routine reset, right? Now it wasn't no missing minute. Y'all see how it keep changing? So which one is it? Which one is it? It's like, yo. Which one is it? That's the part that I don't understand. But again, we're not supposed to remember that they told us it was a routine reset. Remember? You're not supposed to remember that lie. How do I see the next 3 years panning out? Continuing to go downhill. The economy is going to continue to suffer. Rich people are going to continue to make their money. They're going to continue to plow through neighborhoods, buy up homes and push people out. That's going to be on a grander scale. We're going to be even more of a police state. Government is going to be even more entrenched in your personal life and dare you to fight them about it. I'm trying to think of what else is going to happen. Trump, I think that Trump's health is going to continue to decline, but the White House will continue to lie to us about it. I'm telling you, I told y'all somewhere in this term, it's going to be like some Weekend at Bernie shit. I'm telling you. But hey, they want to keep pretending that it's not what it is. Yeah, the rich will continue banking off of, trying to tell us how we should live. Yeah. And people got to wake up. You're right, Reggie. I feel like a depression, it's going to be bad. It's going to be worse than a recession. It's going to be worse than a recession. It's going to be worse than that. It's going to be way worse than that. It's going to be super, because there's you don't have no social safety net for people. That's why I say it's worse. Because you don't have anything else. What else do you got? You see what I'm saying? That's why I say, because there's no social safety net, that's why it's going to be worse for people. Because depending on where you live, you'll either be okay or you're going to be off worse. Red states, you're going to be worse. Because their government's already by proxy, they won't do nothing for you anyway. And then now on top of it, with this new type of environment, even more, or you certainly on your own. Because they're going to tell you it's un-American for you to expect anything anyway. Only billionaires are to expect government to do anything for them. But I think you're going to see more rich people have more control over our government. Because they're putting rich people in all throughout the government in different cabinet positions to head different departments. And then they turn around and dictate to us how we're supposed to live. Because for some reason, y'all seem to think rich people are smarter than us. So what are you going to do about it? Well, the first thing I'm going to do about it is boot you from my live. See how fast that was? He was scrolling through TikTok and he decided, I think I want some work. And I was like, okay, I'll give you some. Yeah, that's they don't want you pursuing things that are worthwhile. That's the key, Eugene. They just want you to work. They don't want you to pursue things that bring you joy. They want you to work. That's it. Work and go home and rest and go back to work. That's it. That's all they want you to do. That's all they want you to do. Venus, I've already said that Americans have a trauma bond relationship with their government. It's like an abusive relationship. Literally. It's like every time y'all forget what your government does to you, what it can do to you, what it has done to you, what it will do to you, what it could do to you. And you keep expecting something different. And you put the same people in place to do the same shit to you over and over and over again. Well, guess what? That's why nothing changes. That's why nothing changes, because technically, I don't think Americans really want the change anyway. I think that they're afraid of it. That's also why the regression is happening, because Americans are afraid of change because quiet is kept. And I'm going to tell you another reason why they want to do isolationism. Because when they have to be exposed to the rest of the world, Americans get to see how mediocre we are as a country. And they don't like how that feels. Because American exceptionalism is only something you can believe when you're in America. Because once you get outside of America, you realize that, well, that's just a whole bunch of bullshit. You know that ain't true. You know that exceptionalism that's exposed or that propaganda that's put out to the world is not what it appears to be. That's what you learn as you travel the world, as you leave America, as you get exposed to different people and cultures and things. You realize there are people on this earth who have well-rounded educations, like full educations. But you wouldn't know that if you just stayed in your little town or areas. Yeah, you're right, Eugene, but you know why they do that? Because they don't like themselves. See, people will spend a lot of time talking bad about poor people because they don't like themselves. Y'all gotta understand, they don't like themselves. All that shit's projection. All that shit's projection. Listen, I think I told this story before a long time ago when I first started doing lives. I didn't realize that I was actually poor until about high school. That's honestly, because I never felt poor. You understand? I never felt poor. We always had a place to stay. Even if it wasn't the best of the best, we always had a place to stay. We always had a roof over our head. We had food that we could eat. Even if we had chicken and rice multiple times a week, we still had food. You understand? We still had clothes. They weren't the fancy name brand things, but they were clean and they were ours. We still had that stuff. I didn't have my own bedroom. I shared a bedroom with my brother, but I had a bedroom. I had a bed. You understand? So one day I remember I had bought People magazine. And I was reading People magazine, and in People magazine, it was an article about a young woman, a deaf woman who went to Gallaudet University and how she was unalived. And they opened up the article talking about how Gallaudet University is in this neighborhood. They didn't really say poor neighborhood. They didn't describe it like that, but they were like economically disadvantaged neighborhood with dilapidated row houses and blah. And I remember I've read those couple of sentences multiple times. And I remember I said out loud, I'm poor. I literally said that out loud. Like, I'm poor? I have no idea. Because everybody else around me, we all had the same amount of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there was nothing else to really compare it to. You feel me? Like, we knew that rich people existed. You could see them on TV. You might see them out and about, you know, in the city, here or there. But ideally, being poor didn't mean that you hated your life. Oh, if your mama made your clothes, that meant you had good clothes. And you had custom, you had couture. You was bougie, dude. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, that's couture. You said that it got worse for you at university dance program. Bunch of the well-off kids. Yeah, because see, people are ashamed of not having money. But not having money doesn't make you poor. I mean, economically, you could say, okay, on paper, but are you bankrupt? Are you just completely bankrupt? No. You may not have all the money in the world, but what you do have is ingenuity. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee you know how to pivot. I guarantee you know how to think on a dime and switch gears if you need to, because you ain't have no choice but to. Because, see, you can't always throw money at problems when you're not rich. See, you got to think and you got to figure shit out. You can't just buy your way out of everything. You literally have to figure it out. That I would say is one of the differences between rich people and poor people, is we got to figure shit out because we ain't just got money to throw at a problem. I know you felt bad, but I'm telling you, homemade clothes are... Listen, y'all not catching it. See, y'all don't let rich people trick you into this. Homemade clothes are couture. I'm not joking. I am so sincere. Homemade clothes is couture fashion. That's real shit. That's real. I'm not even kidding on that. Like, I was joking, but I'm not joking. It's just that people don't see it that way. But that shit is real. Rich people have specialty clothes made for them all the time. Yeah, it's a mindset because we don't know when we children. But let me tell you, if somebody's making you custom clothes, shit, you is dressing, okay? You is dressing. Because see, when somebody making your clothes, this is a guarantee. Ain't nobody coming to school with nothing that you coming to school with. And that's facts. That's facts. Nobody's showing up with nothing you got on. Oh, your mom was bad with the sewing machine. Listen, I have tried so many times to learn how to sew. I'm just horrible because I'm impatient. You know, because they tell you to measure twice and cut once. I'll be like, nah, I don't need to do all of that. I think I can do it the first time. No, you can't. No, you can't. I still have my sewing machine I bought like 15 years ago. And I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. I'm looking for like a cheap sewing class I can take. Because I'm going to do it. Because I'm one of those people, I have to learn. Like, I have to have a process. And I have to have somebody there with me to talk me out of doing stupid shit. I'm so horrible. So I'm going to try again. You had friends help finish my project. See, I have a friend that could sew really, really good, but I never showed him my stuff because I was so embarrassed. I was like, he gonna look at that and like, what I'm gonna do with this? He gonna be like, Puff, it's fucked up now. It's all fucked. What I'm gonna do now, huh? What I'm gonna do now, huh? It's nothing you can do with that. Oh, you do quilts. I'm gonna get back into trying to do it again though. Because when Project Runway first started coming on, that's what really got me to want to sew. Because my grandmother used to sew all the time. My great-grandmother. But I just never did it. You know what I mean? Because I was just being lazy. I mean, she did a lot of sewing by hand. She did quilting, but a lot of her quilting was done by hand. My grandmother didn't quilt by sewing machine. She quilted by hand. So because she did hand quilting, I did some of that with her. But that's not like sewing on a sewing machine. That's completely fucking different. That is a completely different skill set. That's what I learned the hard way. I was like, oh, I know how to quilt. That ain't the same thing. You think clothes are cheaper to buy? Certain things, yes. But I think on certain things, you come off better making them. If you know how to make your own winter coats, if you know how to make your own jeans, your own, like, nice collared white shirts, because those things are going to be more durable and the quality will be better. The problem with clothes in stores is most of that shit is fast fashion. So it's not made of very good quality. It's really not. It's not made of good quality. But fabric is extremely expensive. See, that's the other thing. Fabric is expensive. Patterns can get expensive. So it can add up, and notions and all this stuff. All that stuff can add up. It can be very expensive. Oh, you secondhand a lot. A new season of Project Runway really is coming out. Can I say I stopped watching Project Runway when Tim was gone and Heidi Klum? I stopped. I just didn't care. I lost interest. It don't feel the same. So I started watching that show they have on Amazon Prime. What was the fashion show? With Heidi Klum. Hold on Amazon. I'm looking it up now. Making the Cut. Oh, they coming back too. Now, Making the Cut, I like. I like Making the Cut. I like it. But I just can't get into to Project Runway anymore because I don't like the host. I don't like the judges. I just don't like it. I'm not feeling it. The Heidi's not there anymore, but Heidi, she's just so cute and lovable. And I love me some Tim. Make it work. Make it. Is that what you really want to do? Listen, all the judgment, everything, all these things being said, but he's never saying much of anything. I missed that. So once they started doing Making the Cut, I've been there since season 1. And y'all say they're gonna make some more. I'm going to be there again. Plus, I like the fact that some of those items you could buy on Amazon. I liked that. That you could buy some of those items on Amazon. Because some of that stuff they made was bad, honey. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Some of it was very nice. So, I did like that. So, I hope they come back. I really, really do. Because Making the Cut was a good show. It was really a good... Oh, she's back on Project Runway. Damn, that means they're not doing Making the Cut no more. Damn it. See, I like Making the Cut better. See, I like that better. I really did like it better than Project Runway. I actually did. I thought that was a better show than Project Runway. Damn. I didn't want her to go back. Because the fact that you ain't have to deal with commercials. That was also a plus. There's another show that Amazon had, the Design Show. Remember that show? That was a nice show too, with the interior designers. That was a good show. Hold on, let me see if I can find them. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, Law is going to be on there too? Well, if it's on Paramount, I won't see it because I'm not paying for any of that shit. They can cancel that. But there was a interior design show. I think it was on either Netflix or Amazon. I don't remember which one it was on. But that was a good show too. Where they would give each person like they would have like a little mini like space that they built that has a door and you got to go in and it would be decorated and they would give them a theme every episode. That was a good show too. I enjoyed that show as well because home decorating is not my ministry. That's not my ministry either. I wish it was. People who I see do that stuff, I'm in envy and awe, but my shit just looks lived in, you know. It don't stink because I'm not for the stinking spaces, okay? It don't stink. It smell good because I'm all for smelling good. But my home don't look like it's out of a magazine or nothing. That's not my gift. You got Paramount and Hulu through T-Mobile for free. I know I get Discovery Plus through Verizon for free. And I just use it to watch Sister Wives. I don't watch nothing else on Discovery Plus but Sister Wives. I don't care about nothing else on there but fucking Sister Wives. I love that thing. I love it. I hope they come back for another season. I hope they do. I hope they do. So Robin can fake cry. Cody can fake cry. So we can at least see the other women continue to flourish and have a great life. Because that's what I would love to see. That's why I enjoy watching Sister Wives. Watching those women take their lives to another level. Watching them do that. Now, I want to remind you all, don't forget that the new episode of Straight No Chaser podcast hits tomorrow at 7 p.m. And we're talking about chain letters. And I know some of you are saying, why are you talking about chain letters in the next episode of the podcast? Because it's about how childhood superstitions still control you today. That's why. Because it's based on superstitions. And those superstitions from your childhood, you still live a lot of your life according to them, but you don't even realize it. For those paid members of Patreon, the episode is already up and available to you. Everybody else, it'll be available tomorrow, 7 p.m. But trust me, you're going to enjoy this episode. You're going to enjoy it. And I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me this afternoon. Look, y'all, I'm having a flash, y'all. I'm melting, y'all. The life of menopause and hot flashes. Jesus. Ooh, Lord, set me. Give us free. Give us free. As soon as this live is over, I'm going to peel out of this stuff like Hulk. Like, ugh! I might be in there taking a cold shower. Man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You said you just Googled, they say Project Runway on Freeform, Hulu, and Disney Plus July. Oh, I won't see none of that. So I'm going to have to find some way to watch it on YouTube. I find somebody, look, somebody will put it on YouTube. That's how I watch RuPaul's Drag Race, YouTube. I'm not paying for no more subscriptions. I'm not paying for not now subscriptions, so that's how I watch that stuff. So, but I thank you all for joining me. I just want to let you know I did put the live from this morning. That is available on YouTube. Also, if you missed our discussion about the movie Sinners on Saturday, check it out. It's also on YouTube. We had a great discussion about that movie. We did. We had a really good discussion, and it looks like a lot of people have already been watching it. We had a great discussion on Saturday because that movie was awesome. So like I said before, we got to take some time to think about what genre do you want to go into. You want to stay in that horror, that thriller genre for next month, and then we need to start coming up with some suggestions for movies so I can do a poll, so we can vote and make some decisions. My YouTube channel is the Straight No Chaser Bishop, but all you need to do, Mikey, is just click the link in my bio and it'll take you to my webpage that has all my links on there. The links to everything. The links to the YouTube, the Patreon, the Spotify, all of that. Any links to wherever I'm at online will be on that page. No problem, Anton. Thank you so much. Oh, psychological thrillers. Yeah, I'm open to it. Wendy, not you being too scaredy for scary movies. See, you know why a lot of times people say let's watch scary movies? Because in the last maybe 10, 15 years, the movies that have the best writing, directing, casting have been horror movies. That's why people are migrating to watching them so much. Because frankly, horror movies have been the better genre of movies, I would say, in the last 10, 15 years in Hollywood, in my humble opinion. It's where the most originality has come from. New stories, new ways of filming. It's coming from horror movies, thriller movies, not from action movies, not from dramas, comedies. It's coming from that other stuff. And for me personally, I just have always loved horror movies since I was a child because my mother loved them. So we were kind of baptized by fire, and you end up watching these things. I don't want to say forced, but kind of you might as well say forced because we grew up with one TV in the house. So if that's what they watching, well, that's what you're watching if you want to watch television. It ain't like it is now where everybody got TV in every room. That wasn't how it was back in the day. You were kind of trapped to watch whatever other people were watching. And my mother loved horror movies. And so once it got to a point where once like VHS players and Betamax players and stuff came out, and then we had things like Earl's Video. Look, Earl's is way back in the day. That's way before Blockbusters. But we had Earl's Video and stuff like that. And my mother was renting videos in the video store. She was loving them horror movies. And so because of that, I just fell in love with horror from the very beginning. Because even back then, they considered them B-rated movies back then. Like, people didn't really take horror movies seriously then. But horror movies were good then. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a classic. It's a classic because it's a great damn movie. It's very well directed. The storyline is great. The pacing is great. The cinematography is great. It's a great movie. And it's one of those movies that's going to stick with you. Period. It's just a great movie in the simplicity of how it's made. It's not anything that's very extravagant, but it's the story and it's how the stories are told. Say it again, 1970s movies, horror films are peak horror films. Things like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, The Entity, The Exorcist, the Trilogy of Terror. I'm trying to think of even more. It was just so many Ghoulies. Man, y'all remember Ghoulies? Puppet Master, Hellraiser, Carrie. Stop playing with me. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Stop playing with me. Don't tell me I don't love horror. Cujo. I have seen so many horror movies in my time. I couldn't even tell you how many horror movies I've seen. Because I'm one of those people. If it says horror and the premise sounds pretty good, I'm going to watch it. The Birds, Psycho, Motel Hell. Stop playing with me. I done seen so much. Candyman. Classic. The original, too. Classic. The original Nightmare on Elm Street. Say it again. And quiet as kept, I like Friday the 13th 2 better than I like Part 1. Sue me. Part 1 was good. Don't get me wrong. But Part 2 I think is better. Oh, I love Wrong Turn. Yep, Wrong Turn is a good movie. I love Wrong Turn. Wrong Turn is good. The Strangers. The Strangers is a great movie. Ooh, they did such a great job on The Strangers. They did such a great job on The Strangers. And what makes The Strangers scary is, one, it's loosely based on a true story. And two, when she says, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to us? And she said, because you were home. What? That's scarier than any ghoul coming out of the ground. Any zombie. Are you kidding me? Humanity is always scarier than the other stuff. Man, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was a good movie. The Strangers was a great movie. Oh, I love Children of the Corn. Malachi! Man. Only the original, though. No remakes. Children of the Corn was scary as hell. And it was scary as hell because of the casting. You can't Poltergeist. Poltergeist? Stop playing with me. Casting top tier. Casting top tier. Directing top tier. Script top tier. Poltergeist 2? I loved it. God is in his holy temple. That preacher. Man, that dude had me weirded out for decades. Even still to today when I watch that movie, I go, one of the best performances ever to scare people. Let me in, Carol Ann. Why won't you let me in? Man, what? What? Oh, Amityville, the original. And Amityville 2. And Amityville 2. Yep, The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes 2. Both of them was good. Because see, back then we used to love when they would make another version of it. Because even if it was going to end up being campy, we wanted to see it. We still wanted to see it though. Like, I know everybody talks about seeing The Exorcist, but most people haven't seen the Entity, which you need to see it if you haven't. Welcome home. Listen, see The Entity if you have not. Okay, now I want to say something about Saw. When Saw came out, I literally gave Saw a standing ovation. I said, listen, this horror movie is absolutely, positively beautiful. It was some of the most beautiful shit I had seen in a long time as far as new horror movies. Okay? That movie was beautiful because the ending was a chef's kiss. You're in this movie and the whole time you're thinking, because again, they always love to wrap things up in a nice little neat bow, right? Where people always survive. But not with Saw. Not with Saw. Not with Saw. Not with Saw. And dude did all of that only for him not to make it out anyway. And the guy that you were trying to impress and trick to get out was right there with you the whole time. I said, brah, fucking bro. When they started playing the music and it started going slow and that man started getting up off the floor, I started slow clapping that thing and was like, listen, this is how you do horror. That's how you do it. And Saw 2 was good too. Saw 2 was good too. It was. Saw 2 was really good at the writing. The writing was great. The acting was great. And I love all the misdirections. They were very good in Saw 2. Now, Saw kept going, it got campier and campier. But those first two were great. Hostel, I felt, was another great movie. You just have to be into gore to be down with Hostel. That's the thing. The first one was good. After that, I was like, I'm out. This is just people want to just watch this, just watch people get fake tortured. You've seen none of these movies? Oh, you got to see these movies. And I saw, dude, you said you saw The Entity and it scared you. The Entity ain't no joke. Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot that The Entity was loosely based. It was based on a true story. I forgot that. But The Entity is a good movie. If you have not seen The Entity, see that movie. Huh? You never saw Saw 2? Oh, Saw 2 is good. Because it's not what you think it is. So I'm not going to give it away. But the twists and turns, it was worth it. It was worth it. But again, if all you got to do is listen. See, Saw is an exercise in listening. If you follow instructions and listen, you'll make it out. But when you don't follow the rules, you don't make it out. I saw The Sixth Sense, fabulous movie. I don't consider that a horror though. That is a thriller to me. But that's a perfect movie and a great movie. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I think somebody said that it was based on a true story, that other movie, The Entity. Oh, and see, Jeepers Creepers, that's another perfectly great movie. But let me tell you, can I say, maybe it's just me, but I like Jeepers Creepers 2 better than I like the first Jeepers Creepers. I like Jeepers Creepers, but that second one is better. I like the characters in it better. I like the pacing better. I like everything better in that second one. That second one is golden. When anytime that second one comes on, I'm watching that second one. If nothing for the tension of the football players on the damn bus, that's just hilarious. It's like, sit down. All of you smell like teen spirit and musty armpits. Sit down. Fighting about nothing. Nothing. Jeepers Creepers. I love me some Jeepers Creepers. I like the first one, but the second one's better. Yeah, second one is a good movie. Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Oh, I love that one. I'll just turn that shit on just to relax. Because that's not scary to me. Skeleton Key was good. Skeleton Key was good. But Jeepers Creepers is not scary to me. It's more entertaining. More of a thriller than scary to me. You living alone in the country so you can't handle it. See, Mandy, I live out in bumfuck too, Mandy. Okay? I do too. But see, this the thing. Those supernatural movies never scare me to watch at home. It's the shit. I'm more scared of watching The Strangers at home. See, because The Strangers gonna get in my head more than Jeepers Creepers. You understand? Because The Strangers to me can happen. Jeepers Creepers, that ain't happening. You know what I mean? That's not happening. And if it is, I just find some young football jock to take my place so that thing don't chase me. So it's not really a big deal. You see? That's how I look at it. So that's why it just gets me. Yeah, Chucky was scary growing up. Yeah, Chucky was scary back in the day. Chucky was scary because we'd never seen a doll act like that. So Chucky had us shook. Because Chucky talked different. He acted different. He was different. Now I'm going to tell you what had me shook as a kid. Them damn gremlins. When I saw the gremlins as a child, and young people, when they see gremlins now, they go, this was marketed to children? Yes, it was. They fucking marketed that movie to children like it was like a kid's movie. That movie was horrifying to children. I was horrified after seeing the gremlins. I was scared as hell. But that was the type of shit they were taking us to. They took us to see Jaws as children. That's why I was afraid of going to the beach. Fucking Jaws. The type of movies they showed us when we were kids are markedly different than what they show the children now. Because they had us shook. Okay? Shook. See, look. Exactly. Once you see The Hills Have Eyes, you never look at that area the same way again. And the funny thing is, and you gonna know what man I'm talking about. That one specific guy in The Hills Have Eyes movie. You know that guy, no matter what movie that guy in, you always remember him from The Hills Have Eyes. Do you not? Do you not? Because I know I did. Okay, every movie that guy was in after that, I was like, oh, that's that crazy fucker from Hills Have Eyes. Everything. Maximum Overdrive was crazy too. Yeah, Bambi had me shook too. Bambi was not for children. That movie had me shook. That was another one. None of that shit's for kids. Snow White goes into a coma after eating an apple. And you show it to children? The fuck? All of that shit was like crazy, the stuff they showed us back then, man. Yeah, wrong turn makes you look at things differently. But hey, think about, that's how we was living before we had GPS. Shit, all you had was a map and hope that you don't take no wrong turn. That's how it was back then. And then if you got lost, you stopped at a gas station or you stopped at somebody's house you didn't even know to ask for help. That's really what happened back then because we ain't have no choice. Okay? We ain't have no choice. That's all we could do. Yeah, and you're right about Looney Tunes. They did a lot of stuff that was racist back in the day. No doubt about that. But that's what we did back then. We were the GPS. See, now y'all can do all that. We were the GPS. We ain't have nothing else. We had nothing else. But I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up, you guys. It's dinner time. A sister's ready to eat and throw down. But I'm going to make sure that this evening live is put up on YouTube. Like I said, the morning live for this morning is already up there. In addition to the one from yesterday evening that I failed to get up there. But I made sure to put it up there today. Check out that new episode called The Chain Letter Lesson that's coming up. How your childhood superstitions are still haunting you and following you today. Okay? You said Dad telling us to look at a map. Listen, I remember. Yep, we always stopped for gas and help. That's what we did back then. But I love you guys. I thank you so much for all the likes. We got 62,000 likes tonight. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate you all. I really do. I appreciate you for spending time with me every day. I absolutely positively do. Don't forget, I told you, you're going to start seeing, maybe even later on this week, I might start testing out some of it, but you're going to start seeing me go live simultaneously it's going to be in more than one place. It'll be between, I don't know if I'm going to do it on YouTube or Patreon, because see, Patreon, I can talk about anything I want over there. And that's really fun. So we'll figure it out. But I'll let you guys know in advance. But I love you guys. I thank you so much. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters tonight. Number 1, Handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, Handsome. Number 2, Stacy D. Beautiful Stacy D. Thank you. Number 3, Beautiful Storyteller. Number 4, Beautiful My Dog is Charlie. Number 5, Beautiful Living Life. And a special shout out to Beautiful Sassy Scorpio. And thank you to everyone for gifting, no matter how big or how small. I appreciate you so much. I love you too, JK. I love all of you. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm glad you enjoyed the show today. And I want to tell you like I always do. Y'all know, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed no trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Good night, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Love you. Peace. Bye-bye.